be able to play in somewhat of a home crowd or in front of family.
A lot of friends and family.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends. Yeah, friends and family coming. Yeah. More family members than anything.
You guys obviously played him a few years ago. You were on the team then. Is it nice to have an opportunity to kind of avenge that loss from a few years ago?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of our motivation and our focus is right now. I don't think we've emphasized what happened a few years ago. I think our focus is on who we've been this entire year, all of the work that we've put in to get to where we are right now, and just ready to go out and showcase it.
I think Coach Day mentioned that he spoke to the team at some point this week about something along the lines of you're either getting better or you're getting worse.
Yeah.
What kind of brought that up for you, and why do you feel like that was the right time to say that?
Well, I was actually speaking in reflection. We do a reflection on Sundays. It was actually in a biblical setting. Just how, you go by day and nothing changes, but you look back and nothing's the same. And that's just kind of, you can take that in a lot of ways. And if you want to look at it through a football lens, it's just another Tuesday. It's always just another Wednesday that we're going on to practice week in and week out, and nothing really looks different. It almost starts to feel like you don't feel the same. And if you listen to, oftentimes when I'm saying interviews, I always talk about this idea of a drop in the bucket. And when you put a drop in a bucket, you don't really notice a difference than before you put a drop in the bucket. But you put enough drops in the bucket and you continue to do it, you'll look back over time and you'll have a full bucket. So it's that kind of mindset that, we're coming into practices. You might not see yourself necessarily getting better. It's like working out. You don't go in the mirror after a workout and see yourself getting stronger, but you have the faith and the trust that if you continue to put days in, you'll look back and nothing will be the same. You'll be a better team, for better or for worse. If you're not putting the work in, you'll look back and you won't be where you want to be. So I believe that, and I'm confident that this team has put the work in. We show up week in and week out. We put drops in the bucket, and we're going to be able to reap that this weekend.
Both Brandon and Cody kind of parlaying off of what you just said about making a change and trying to kind of feel different, if you will, especially when it comes to practice aspect. They said that you guys have been playing with, or at least practicing with a little bit more of an edge this week. And Cody even said maybe that started last week before Iowa. Your thoughts on how you guys have been practicing here this week and
I think going back to just our foundation as a team. We believe that we're built on toughness. It's one thing to say it, but I believe that we show up week in and week out and we show toughness. But to your point, last week I believe there was position groups that were challenged, not necessarily taking it personal, but just challenged to practice harder. And let's see, how hard can we practice? And so I think ever since then, there has been another step that we've taken. But that's the whole goal. I hope in 2-3 weeks from now, there's even another step that we take forward for where we are now. That's just the evolution of getting better as a team. And I think one thing I've noticed with this football team is I think every single week we play, we're continuously getting better. But, that's just life, right? Anything you continuously do, you have the hopes to continue to get better at it. But I think we're seeing that here with this football team as well.
When we talked to you in camp, you said you were excited about how you guys were going to run the ball this year. And obviously,
Yeah.
this game, you've done that. At what point did it become clear to you that you guys were going to be able to kind of hang your hat on the ball a little more?
I just think we're such a balanced offense. I think just kind of going against our team, especially and specifically against our offense, I think there's just too many things you have to respect. You got to respect the perimeter, and you have to respect the run game. You have to respect, the stretch, the inside zone, all the different things that we can do, putting the ball over the field and perimeter, or even taking shots down the field. When you have to respect so many things, that just leaves gaps in the ability to gash the ball for 6 and 7 and 8 yards. So I guess to answer your question, the more dynamic we're able to be on the perimeter, the more we're able to connect when we hit on shots, I think the better it's going to be able to open up the run game as well. But I think Coach Kelly and Coach Day, they do an amazing job of just putting us in the right position, and we don't have to think about that kind of stuff. Our whole mindset is 4 to 6 A to B +2 to play as hard and as violent as we can, and we'll look up at the scoreboard at the end of the game and see where we are.